Hello everybody, this is Big Daddy Rocker Gamer and welcome back to Heroes of Might and Magic. We are on the first map of the nature campaign, Elwins adventure. And we're continuing where we left off. Yesterday, or previously, we conquered this part of the map. And we are now heading into the new area here, which promises to be even more challenging. Let's see what happens. No, I don't want to open the border guard now because I don't know what I'm letting out. I'm going to see if I can control... You can learn a primary non-magic skill for free. So, let's see. Basic nobility. I don't want that. Mobility is good, but it's not what I want. Oh, yeah, that's a big ass. I'm not sure if I can take this, to be honest. That's a big ass army. If they had offered scouting, I would have probably taken it, but that's not an ability. Okay, ranged. All of these three are... all units are relatively low tier, but they're all dangerous. And there's so many elves. Okay, hide behind Wow, this is not gonna end well. Yeah. This isn't gonna end well at all. And here comes the road. Yeah, this isn't gonna end well. I might as well just redo this because I ain't winning this. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. At least I can't win as long as the enemy has the advantage of being inside their walls. I can, however, maybe turn this around by meeting them in the field. This looks a lot more manageable. I can take this. No, I will not let you flee. There's that one down. Good. And there we go. This is a lot more manageable. Okay, so maybe I just summon a bunch of wolves. I have these wolves take down the wall. Like this. Should fall next round. Next round then. There we go. Oh no. No, okay. Oh, sorry. Good job. And there we go. And mostly summoned units and 2 sprites. Master nature magic, I guess. So Silverwood is now my imprisoned town, and I cannot get Unicorn Glade. That's unfortunate. Because now I might have to start prioritizing here. In the meantime, I'm gonna grab what I can here. While we watered the horses, I slipped upstream to see what I could do about my attire, and to perhaps wash some of the grime from my body. I have never been so filthy in all my life. I don't know how some druids go year-long sabbaticals in the deepest forests to commune with the land. How do they go so long without hot baths, fine cuisine and music? At that point, I was never more aware that such a life was not for me. My hat was a pitiful sight with its raggedy and bent feathers and tear along the brim caused during battle. It wasn't even worth saving, so I threw it away. There were dark stains on the knees of my trousers, and the white lace frills of my shirt were grey now due to the smoke from the town fire. If I were to walk into the Elven court today, they would probably ban me for the rest of my life. A twig snapped behind me, making my heart skip a beat. I was unarmed and alone. If something attacked me now, my troops wouldn't be able to reach me in time. I was about to make a run for it when Shara stepped into view. "You really shouldn't be out here walking out here alone," I said. "It's not far from camp," she said. "And besides, I'm with you now." I pulled at the sleeves of my tunic, blushing. "I wish you didn't have to see me like this." "Like what?" There was a seductive softness to her voice as she moved closer to me. Like an idiot, I took a step back and my boots sunk past my ankle in the cold stream. "Ah, cursed wilderness, and curse me, for I make everything a shambles," I said as I extracted myself from the brook. Shara laughed, but not in an insulting way. She was laughing at me as well as with me. "I'm sorry, Shara," I said. "Look at me. I've become a symbol of my own ineptitude." She took another step towards me. This time I didn't retreat. "Birds," Shara said. "Excuse me?" "Remember at the dance when you asked me what I do when I'm not capturing the hearts of men? Well, to answer your question, I raise birds. At least I used to when I had time. Ever since I entered the Elven court, I've had so many men courting me that I never seem to have any time to myself." The thought of Shera spending time with other men made my stomach tense involuntarily. But what could I expect? I was only one of many. You should refuse some of them, I said, knowing that I might be one of those who she denied. It's important that you're happy too. Yes, but I don't want to hurt their feelings. Shera reached up to place one of her slender hands on my shoulder. I slouched slightly, bending toward her touch. Then she said, "But when I heard you would be aboard the ship, it made me happy." Really? Of course. You were the only one who ever asked me what I liked to do when I was alone. No one else ever seemed to picture me alone, not even Lord Hawk, and he was always friendly and warm. I frowned at the mention of Lord Hawk. Soon, the Elder Council would choose a new Elven king, and everyone agreed Hawk was the obvious choice. There had been much gossip about Lord Hawk's infatuation with Shera as well. I had taken a political risk when I got myself aboard Shera's ship, but I felt so strongly for her that I was even willing to throw away my hard-fought position in the Elven court. I tipped my head close to Shera's and whispered, "As crazy as it sounds, I have enjoyed these days alone with you more than all my time at court, even if it destroyed my best outfit." Then Shera kissed me on the chin. "I think you missed my lady," I said, grinning. "Well, you're so damn tall." So I picked her up and we kissed, this time on the lips, and it was better than I had ever imagined. So he's clearly a lost cause. Now, Warden, tactic in nature magic. That's not what I wanted to do. Should I reload? I don't want to be a... Yeah, I'm gonna reload this. So I'm not going to read all of this once more because you just heard me. But I'm not going in here because I desperately want life magic. And if I go down the path of Warden, it will make it all the harder for me to get what I want. Snake Strike. Awesome. No, I don't need leprechauns. I keep getting a new earth elemental every round. This I can take. Alright. That's not so bad. Now let's see, do I have any useful... Yeah, we're just gonna nuke this guy. Oh, Forgetfulness. I love that spell when it works the way it should. So, all of my barbarians' enemies now suffer the beautiful curse of cannot use ranged weaponry. That's amazing. I can have some white tigers. I'm just gonna summon white tigers now. That's not what should have happened, but okay. Apparently I need to do this. Yep. Get my sprites away before they die. This fight I basically win because of sheer dumb luck. Oh! I didn't know that. Damn. Holy cow. Okay, down. Ha! And then we strive to take down the berserkers. Stone Skinner. I think I'm gonna lose all of my... Yeah, I'm going to take my sprites now and I'm going to send them back to safety. Because this is not safe. I've already taken way too much damage here. I can't fix that. Good job. That's game over. No. Finally. And there we go. Took a lot more losses to my sprites than I wanted to, but at least the city is mine. Alright, could have been a lot worse. So, fully bred out town. Okay, cool. I don't actually get anything besides experience from taking these guys, as I'm not a necromancer, but I still very much want to have it, because well, because I want to have the levels, so there you go. My question is, do I just need a beeline? Find Sheriff's father. I actually just need a beeline. I don't need to take all this if I don't want to. That's pretty interesting. So, if I take this, and I become a bard. Scouting skills. Okay, fine. You're refusing to teach me life magic anyways, so might as well just accept that. No, I'm not letting you run away. There we go. So, almost level 14, haven't been offered life magic even once the entire time. This has a bunch of stuff that I would rather not have to fight. So unless she comes out and attacks me here in the wild, I'm just going to bypass this. "Daddy!" Shara shouted and ran from my side. I felt her absence immediately, as if she had been torn from me forever, and wished again that our adventure wasn't over yet over. But then, we couldn't have stayed in the wild for the rest of our lives, could we? Shara jumped into Grandma's arms, hugging and kissing him happily. I don't think she truly believed he was alive until that moment. I approached slowly, allowing the two to catch up, and stayed several feet away until they were finished. Of course, Grandma had been worried about her, and had never stopped searching for her even though others believed she was dead. "I was safe, Daddy, thanks to Elwin," she said. She smiled at me, and I forced myself to smile back. "He saved my life." Grandma's expression was cold when he looked at me. So cold, in fact, that for a moment I thought he knew I was the one who drugged the man in the crow's nest. "Young man," he said, "I cannot thank you enough for what you have done." "It was my honor, sir," I replied. "Well," Graham said, quickly changing the subject, "I imagine the two of you could use some rest, and maybe some food. Good day, Elwin, and thank you again." Wherever Graham was taking Shara for her meal, it was obvious that I wasn't invited, and I knew better than to press the issue. "Good day, sir," I said. I caught Shara's eye and said, "Good day, my lady. May I see you again sometime soon?" "I hope so," she said before her father whisked her away. Once again, I wished we had stayed in the woods.
How can the Elven Court choose my beloved for such a deadly mission? It's absurd, especially when so many veterans have already volunteered for the task, my own father among them. As for Elwin, he turned pale as a summer cloud when Lord Hark asked him to face the white tigers alone. Oh, return to me, my beloved. I cannot lose you now.
So, great. Lord Hark stood concealed behind the tall rose bushes at the entrance to the garden, his lips pressed into a fine line as he watched Shara dance with a colourful dressed young elf named Elwin. He had watched them for weeks, ever since they had returned for their adventure in the wild forests along the coast of the Gold Sea. To the dismay of the many of the male members of the Elven Court, Shara rarely had time for suitors these days. Instead, Shara spent time with her birds, sometimes disappearing into the woods alone for hours to train a particular pet. She seemed to only accept Hark's invitations to dinner, and although this should have made him feel confident, he was afraid it was only out of respect for her father's wishes. Lord Hark suspected that she now had feelings for the gangly druid. Hark had seen their stolen glances, their knowing smiles. He had even followed Shara, a falcon on her arm, on one of her excursions into the forest. Elwin had been waiting for her by an ancient and gnarled oak, and they had kissed. That's when Hark swore to do something about this fool. Shara was young, naive. This foppish young druid had obviously used their time together when their lives were in danger to confuse her. She was probably just a conquest to him. Elwin had a reputation around court for being charming, but also for being arrogant and selfish. He had wormed his way into the Elven Court, and now he was trying to connive his way up in ranks by seducing Shara. Well, Hark wouldn't allow it. He cared for Shara too much, but he couldn't accuse Elwin without proof. Part of Hark wanted to challenge the man to a duel, but he knew that doing so would only make himself look bad in Shara's eyes. Besides, the Elven Court frowned on such behavior these days. What Hark needed was to destroy Shara's image of Elwin. He needed to expose Elwin's true self, an arrogant coward. When the Elven Court called me forward and announced that I was to lead the effort to bring the mysterious white tigers into the Aranon Alliance, I nearly swallowed my tongue. But why? Surely there are others more qualified, I said. Perhaps, said the court speaker, Lord Hark. But you have proven yourself resourceful, Elwin. On 3 separate occasions, we have sent others with more experience, more skill and more talent, but they have all failed. In fact, they all died. The White Tigers have expressed an interest in joining Aranon, but we haven't been able to convince them that an alliance would be mutually beneficial. So we hope that your amazing ability to adapt to a difficult situation, proven to us during your recent adventure, will bring us victory when we are so close to defeat. Several members of the Elven court applauded. I wanted to refuse, but I found Shera's face among the crowd. What would she think of me if I turned my back on Aranon in its time of need? The father would certainly despise me even more. He already dislikes me because I have never fought in defense of our former nation of Avley, nor for Aranon. But then, 3 people have already died. The odds of my return seem dim. I don't want to die, now that I've just found Shera. Well, Elwin, do you accept? Aranon is still weak from the reckoning. We have few troops. Will you help protect our children? Lord Hawk asked. I glare at the man. The way he asked, I could not refuse. Of course, I said, thus sealing my doom. And that's how I came to be in this remote region of Aranon. This time, at least, I brought some extra clothes. So, he's not having a good time, is he? Yeah, I'm just gonna snag and tag some of these things here. And see if I can find my way around to all of this stuff here. And yeah, I'm gonna continue on in this mission a little bit because it's not very much. There was a golden statuette of a woman lying by the side of the path, so I dismounted to investigate. When I knelt to pick up the figure, I heard a soft growl from only inches away. It was a trap. I looked up and found myself staring into the glorious face of a white tiger hiding in the undergrowth. If you had planned to kill me, you would have done it already. That's why I'm still alive, right? Don't ask me how I found the courage to speak. I think it was instinct. That's true, said the tiger. Its voice, coming from what seemed to be its chest, was impossibly deep. Have you come from Aranon? Asked the tiger. Yes, I said. I'm Elwin. I have come to talk to your king or queen or whatever leaders you have. I winced at my own words. I guess I could have taken some time to learn something about these white tigers before I left the court. Now I sounded like a fool, and I was probably going to get myself killed because of it. We have no leader. Every white tiger is king or queen of their own territory. Right now, you're in my land. Well then, who has the authority to make an alliance with Aranon? You do not understand, Elven Elf, the tiger said, annoyed. Each of us has the authority. Convince one, and you convince us all. That sounds too easy, I said before I could stop myself. It is not. None of us are entirely convinced that the elves of Aranon can help the white tigers. In the past, your kind has talked about mutual protection, but we have seen 3 elves come, and all of them have failed to aid us in any way. What we seek is help with our greatest tragedy, not empty promises. That last comment was uttered with an angry growl that made me scurry away. I came to my feet next to my horse, and if not for the embarrassment of returning to Aranon a failure, I might have leaped on it and fled that very moment. Instead I asked, what is this greatest tragedy? Find out for yourself, if you can. If you really want this problem solved, wouldn't it be easier to just tell me? Riddles won't get either of us anywhere, I said boldly. Perhaps I found my courage because I was standing further from the tiger now. Do the elves offer us swords and bows only? Is there not any wisdom in Aranon? There's plenty of wisdom, I said. It's just not here at the moment. Slowly, the white tiger crept from its hiding place. At its full height, it was only a little shorter than my horse, but so much stronger. Its great paws were as wide as dinner plates. I imagined what claws reside within. Suddenly, I understood why the Elven court so desperately wanted an alliance with the white tigers. I remained still. The tiger approached, and then turned its side toward me. It turned as if to leave, took a few steps, lifted its tail. No! I shouted, holding my arms before my face just in time. The tiger sprayed me from the waist down, soaking me completely. My soiled purple trousers clung to my skin, and the sharp odor made me gag. Ew! What did you do that for? You have been marked, said the tiger. No, as long as you wear those clothes, no tiger will harm you. But if you spill the blood of one of my kind, we will know. We will all know. Then there will be no alliance with Aranon. There will be war. In one great bound, the white tiger vanished into the wilderness. Great. I was a walking sewer now. Did the universe have something against my wardrobe? He got a little bit of pee on him. Poor dude. Dozens of water elementals. I am not in a capacity to fight that. Let's fight these elves. We're just gonna summon the great white tiger and send it up, and our wolves behind, and there we go. Now I can have elves. Seven elves, at least they have some ranged capacity. Treetop Lodge, since I don't get to buy tigers now. But that's okay, I can summon them now. Which I assume goes for the same thing. How many? Banned. I'm probably gonna have a hard time with this. Am I not? Ooh! I get water elementals. Awesome. At first, I caught the smell of cooking meat in the air. I couldn't identify the scent, so I ordered my troops to prepare for battle and follow me closely as I crept through the undergrowth. Then we heard the grumbling voices arguing back and forth about who should get the largest portion. Certain that their disagreement would mask our approach, I rushed closer to find several trolls sitting around a fire. Spitted above the flames was the skinned corpse of a white tiger. That was the source of the smell. And hanging from the branches on a nearby tree was the tiger's pelt, still wet with blood. A few of the trolls already wore the pelts of other white tigers, and all of them had necklaces of claws and teeth. While they waited for their meal to cook, another boiled some water and made soup from the tiger's paws. Immediately, I ordered the attack. Yeah. That makes sense. Let's see if I can. Now, let's summon up a little more white tigers. Nah, I should not have my sprites in the front there. That's a bad idea. Like this. White tigers. Yeah. That was a big mistake sending in my sprites there. I removed the fresh tiger pelts from the dead trolls and somberly threw them on the cooking fire. How can these horrible creatures kill such beautiful beasts as the white tiger? And for what? Teeth, claws, hides, and fertility potions? Then I recalled I was supposed to stop the greatest tragedy plaguing the white tigers. Could this be it? Could there be more trolls in these woods, all hunting the tigers for the body parts? If there are, no wonder I have seen only one tiger since arriving here. So that's what they want me to do. I have to kill all the trolls. So, I fell off my horse. When a falcon dives out of the sky and buzzes past your head, you're not exactly thinking about staying in the saddle. On the bird's second approach, it dropped a small roll of parchment onto my lap, and then circled around to land on my abandoned saddle. Now that it wasn't a blur of movement, I noticed that the falcon was a beautiful golden creature with keen black eyes that stared at me defiantly. I unfurled the note and read, "My love, I have greatly missed our walks and having your long arms around me. Not an hour has gone by that I haven't thought about you. Although your mission is important to Aranon, I wish that you had not gone. Why couldn't the Elven court send another? Lord Hawk, perhaps, or even my father. I know that you could not remain here with me, but I wish I could have followed you. So I offer you what little help I can. This is my best falcon. She is smarter than most of her kind, so beware. I think she knows it. Her name is Breeze. I have not only trained her to hunt, but to scout the land as well. Perhaps she will be able to warn you of danger that you might not have otherwise noticed. I regret that I cannot offer you more, except my love. Be careful, Elwin. Come back to me. Yours, Shara." Making sure that no one was watching, except the bird, I kissed the place where Shara had signed her name. Then I rolled up the note and slipped it into a pocket to be read and reread later. "If we're going to get along, Breeze," I said to the falcon, "you're going to have to understand one thing." The bird screeched once, as if to say, "What?" "I ride the horse," I said. So at least he's communicating. Trolls. More trolls. Trolls. I don't know who that guy is. More trolls. Okay, so I have a bunch of trolls spread all over the land here. Let's go slay some stuff. Oh. I'm just going to continue using these tigers because they're amazing. Oh. Well, I suppose it was a little bit too many. Take a step back. Take a step back. Set me up with some more. Tigers. Shoot. Make sure I don't lose them. Yeah. It's gonna take a while, but I think I will eventually kill this. The elves seem to have a lot of shots. That's cool. I don't get to have unicorns this time, so I need to have griffins. And that requires a citadel. I'll just bring this whole how many are there? Dozens. Way too many still. Hello there, son. You seem to be a strapping young lad. If you can find it in your heart to fetch me 15 wood piles, I'd be happy to lend you my expert advice in the art of nature magic. So, bring him... Basically, bring him 15 wood and gain nature magic. Okay, cool. I can do that. There's a lot of players here, besides me. More trolls in here. How many? Dozens. Yeah, no problem. I can deal with that. Kill them. Kill them all. I'm just gonna send the tigers up here. Let them accumulate for one round. Alright. let's tackle these guys. And bring in some more tigers. Last summon. Yeah. One guy down. And that's the second one. Second group down. Yeah, we'll fight them. White Tiger's first strike ability is absolutely amazing. I love it. More than I care to explain. It makes the White Tiger such a powerhouse unit. And dead they are. Oh, I can have wolves. Yeah, we'll just do that. Level 3 summoned elementals, yeah. Now, at least these guys don't regenerate. They're just burly. Let's see. Good. Now, I'm gonna send my tigers after the orcs. And I'm gonna send my earth elements after the orcs too. I'm gonna send Elwin after the mine just now. Ah, nice. And there we go. That wasn't bad at all. And we have Equestrian's gloves again. Now, I don't know if I want to quite go fight these guys with this army. I'm thinking I should head back really fast, grab spells, and see if I can get myself griffins. And some nature magic. This guy promises nature magic, so he should have to deliver on his promise, right? Oh, thank you, young lad. I will now teach you some of what I learned over my many years. What did you teach me? What did I learn? Grandmaster, Master, 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 okay. Scouting radius increased by 2. I have a good sight radius at least. So, 6 wood, 10 stone for this 6,005 gold. Okay, gotcha. Oh, I have air elementals too now. No, you're not retreating. I'm not allowing you. Next time something comes through here, it might be a hero. So, lower scout radius, or lower... I don't seem to have any problems with my summoning spells at the moment, so... I still don't have griffins, that's okay, because I'm having quite a lot of other things. So I'm gonna wait here. Let them run. City Hall. Okay. Now, what about these dozens? Do I dare to take this fight? Or should I hang back? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do what I always do. When in doubt, save. This is gonna be a bad fight. Yeah, it's gonna be a very bad fight. You know what? I'm just gonna continue doing that. I'm losing all of my sprites, but I guess it's inevitable at this point. Oh, stop doing that. Some of their elementals, you guys are now human shield. Lost too many things here, but it is what it is. At least now I should have plenty of opportunity to run across the land. With both this and this, I should have more movement than I know what to do about. Still no griffin. Yeah, of course, 6,000. Not gonna get the griffins for a very long time. So let's go up and deal with these. Protect the doggos. And there we go. See, he's getting to the point where he's summoning whole armies out. This should be no problem. I say should be no problem, but there's never a guarantee in this game, I found. Alright. Good job. Take it down. Take it down. Alright, good, good. No room to add leprechauns. That might be just as well. Okay, so that one leads there. Okay, that's good. Hello there? Really? Is this the fight you want to take? Are you sure about that? You sure about that? So we get Elwins up. I'm gonna take some losses here, I'm afraid. It's okay. I can manage losses. We're gonna get some air elementals because we are now finding ourselves in an unwanted melee. Do this. Oh wait, these guys are here? I did not plan for that. Alright, good. Lost some elves. Don't like that. Wolves I can live with, although I don't enjoy that either. Might as well restock while I'm here. So, now begins this long ruling process of trying to reach out. While my enemy will constantly try to invade me as I try to march on them. This looks like a quest area. An old hunched over man steps out of this cherry hut to greet you. Oh there, I may look old and wrinkly, but I can sure teach you a lot about nature magic. But you gotta do something for me first. Give me 15 wood piles so I can keep warm at night, and I'll impart my wisdom. Okay? Yes. Alright, now let's see. Let me tell you a story. So, Master. Grandmaster, okay. I do get, cool. I do actually get something. Let them run. No, I still want to reach griffins. Viewing crystal, awesome. Let's go up here and see. Let them run. I really wish some of these guys would want to join me, you know. It would be nice. Not have to fight them all the time. Okay. Messed up. Big time. There we go. Problem with griffins when they're not on your team. They have a lot of hit points. And they do a lot of damage too. So we bring in some air elementals. Like this. Taking a lot of losses here. I'm not gonna say they're unnecessary losses, but they're very annoying losses. Yeah, I'm just gonna annoy these guys. There we go. Griffin's dead. I'm taking a lot of losses here. So, reached Grandmaster Nature Magic. And I'm only level 15. That bodes well. And blue player just took my stuff. Screw blue. And here we go. As you can see, Elwin's pretty powerful. Mainly because it doesn't really take much thinking to make him a powerhouse. He just needs to do what he's going to do anyways as a druid. Stack nature magic. Now he's Grandmaster in every single nature magic skill available, so now we just start looking for other things to expand into. Tactics and scouting seems to be what I get now. So here we are. Here lies, come closer. Air elementals flies up. Fire Elemental Soak Retaliation. Still lose something. No, 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 no. There we go. All dead. And this allows me to get anti-magic. Not exactly what I was hoping for, but I'll take it. So, recruit characters, and I should get this up to a castle as fast as possible. Okay, I can defend this at least. Let's see. Oh god, no, I cannot defend this. The hero alone will take me. That's kind of frustrating. That's very frustrating. I cannot deal with the hero. And now I lose my entire stuff. Alright. At least this ain't Heroes 3. So in which case I would be dead now. Very soon at least. So. Yeah. There we go. No, 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 no. Oh, it doesn't matter. Alright. Final learn chaos magic. Because you absolutely do not want to give me what I want. Alright. So, Elwin the Bard has mastered all of nature magic. I still haven't gotten a single instance of life magic, so I cannot become a summoner, despite the fact that that's what I wanted to play. Sometimes RNG sucks. I also have basic tactics, which I should probably just expand upon when I have an opportunity, and now I've picked up chaos magic, because why not? Anyways, this is Big Daddy Rocker Gamer, and I will continue this in the next episode. See you then.